Hey Harrison, James West here. Thanks for reaching out to Mark and getting involved in his new initiative. I think it's a really great idea and something we can all really learn from. I especially think, back when I was 15 years old, I'd have really appreciated some of the guys at my age and Ryan's age helping out and giving some advice to us because there's a lot of unanswered questions and things we don't know at that age. So it's really helpful to get some advice on those things. Just a little bit of background on myself. Joined TAC when I was about 16, I believe. So I've been running there now 9 years. Went to Loughborough for 3 years, coached by George Gandy, who sadly passed away recently. Then went to Oregon for 3 years and went to the NCA. Having a really great time here. Love training out here, and it's going really well. Ran 3:34 this summer, which it was under the Olympic A standard, but it won't count because they froze the qualification time, so I'm going to have to do that again this year. But fingers crossed it all goes well. And some of my biggest or best achievements, I think 5th at the 2019 British Champs, 4th at the 2020 British Champs in the 1500 metres, 3rd at the European Team Champs 1 year, which was a really great experience for me, first senior GB vest, and and running 3:34 this summer and getting to compete in some Diamond Leagues has been really, really great experience for me. So just some important tips on keeping motivated. It is difficult right now, but I do think there are some key things we can work on and focus on. I think one of the big things is the mentality, the change in the mentality is you can do it. The guys brought up some really great points. The running together, the changing the routes, keeping a bit of diversity in your training. The diary I really like. I mean, I keep a training log every week, and that's something I want to talk about as well in a minute. But firstly, I just want to say the mentality thing I think is really important. And one of the things I picked up from last night is the 800 metre performances from the guys and how inspirational those performances were. Both of them, Ellie and Jamie, going under the 800 metre British indoor record. So you've got to ask yourself, why are some people coming out of this really difficult period of time? COVID, almost, I think it's been a year now of no racing really, or for most people, and difficult training circumstances. But why are these people coming out and running better than ever before? And the reason they're doing that is not necessarily because they've been luckier than other people. I mean, they might have a little bit and going to Dubai and some training camps and things. But the main reason is their mentality. They look at things differently to other people. Some people look at this period of time and think it's a setback, and that's very natural to do. It's been very difficult for a lot of us. But the other way to look at it, and always with these things, and this is something I've prided myself on throughout my career, there's always an opportunity in bad situations. Now, I've had my fair share of bad situations, being DQ'd from NCAs, getting knocked out in heats of major championships. That was really devastating at the time. But I've gone on from that, and almost a week later, gone on to perform or manage a PB. And the reason for that is there's always opportunities. And from this period of time, a lot of people have gone, well, yeah, it's really difficult right now, but what can I do to turn this bad period into a positive period? And one thing for me has been working really hard on some of my weaknesses, and we've had a lot of time to work on things with limited races. It's actually given us more time to train. Now, this comes to the weekly log thing, and I've been breaking down things weekly, which I think is a really good idea. I think daily is very difficult to do. That they say try and be a better person every day. I think it's too much, it's too intense, and we can't physically manage that. But you can manage weekly, and that's where the log comes in. And I've been setting myself goals every week, sometimes a bit more general, like a weekly mileage total. I'd like to hit 70 miles, 80 miles this week. But some of the things that I want to touch upon are a bit more specific. So the weight sessions is something I've been working on. I've been wanting to do 3 times glute and band work each week, 3 sets of press-ups each week, 2 good track sessions. So obviously your training is going to be different to mine right now, but the thought process is the same. It's about taking things that you can do and you can control, and things you want to work on, little weaknesses that you have, and using the time we have currently with no races to work on those things. And like Ryan said, that's down to being accountable to yourself. You know, at the end of the day, no one can force you to get out the door, no one can force you to do those things, but in the horizon, there will be races coming up. You know, this is going to end soon. There's always stuff coming in the future, and I don't think it'll be long now before we realise there will be some races. You're seeing it in Europe, you're seeing it in the US. I don't think it'll be long before the UK starts to hold some things, especially as we get to outdoor, which will start hopefully April time. I think they'll be able to host some meets at Watford and things like that, and it's much easier to host an outdoor meet. So it's not long now. We're at nearly end of Feb, so it's, you know, you're talking maybe 8 weeks before those competitions start to come around for yourself. So there's not long now before you get to perform and you get to race, and it's about using those weeks, using that time you have to really work on those things, so that when those opportunities come, you're ready to take them. Because some people will turn up to the races and they might go, oh, there was an excuse here, I wasn't able to train, I wasn't able to do this, I didn't have access to the gym. Well, I'm not sure they are excuses, because as you can see from a lot of people, and even myself in the summer when I was in Flagstaff, I didn't have a weight facility. Flagstaff was completely locked down. I was using milk cartons filled with rocks and water as an opportunity to do weight training. So there's always, like I said, there's always opportunities, and it just depends how much you want it, right? Now, all of these things like running with people will help you get out the door. All of that stuff's really great, the diary, holding yourself accountable. But at the end of the day, it starts with you and how much do you want to perform. And, you know, those races are going to come around in the next couple of months, I'm pretty sure of that. And you've got an opportunity to use these next couple of months where you don't have any races and you have some really good time to train, not a lot of school, that's another bonus, to really work hard on those weaknesses and really work hard on those things you want to, come first race, improve upon. So yeah, I mean, it's how you look at things, and trying to change that mentality from a negative to a positive is really key in taking advantage of these difficult times. So again, thanks for reaching out. I will hopefully get a video to you of Hayward soon. Not a very nice day today, typical rain in Eugene, but in due course, when it's nice weather, maybe tomorrow, I'll try and give you a tour of Hayward. I think it'll be good for you to see, and maybe one day you'll get to compete there, which would be special. So thanks, Harrison, and all the best.